All right, what's going on, guys? And welcome back to the Edison Club. I'm your host, Mike, and today we have yet another match from the Nintendo Switch tournament here a couple weekends ago at Easy Gaming in Greensboro, North Carolina. In today's match, we have Justin on the left making his return, playing Machina Control against Drew on the right, who is playing Vayu Turbo. Before we get started with today's match, as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really just motivates me to keep going, getting better at the game, as well as content creation. Also, while you're here, head on down to this video's description and follow the links I have posted to the other Edison format content creators. Odds are, if you like what I make, you'll like what they make as well. In the video description, you'll also find the links to my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App should you wish to support the channel in any way. I always greatly appreciate it. So, let's kick this duel off here, and let's see who ends up taking this one home. Now, I've always heard that Machina is actually favored against Vayu Turbo due to Machina Fortress being such a powerhouse, swinging over stuff like Armed Wing. It's very hard for Vayu to just ladder out of that card. So we have like Armageddon Knight dumping Vayu, setting Dust Shoot, immediately flipping over the trap Dust Shoot, sending back something. I didn't catch what it was, but it does look like Justin chained DD Crow, banishing the copy of Vayu that was previously sent to the graveyard last turn. So we have Tribute, Summon. Looks like Blackwing Elfin the Raven over top of Armageddon Knight, attack 4. I believe he is 2100. So let's see what Justin does to answer this. We have normal summon Lila, Lightsworn Sorceress, pop, hit a set Torrential, in phase, mill over, looks like Force, Gear Frame, and Pot of Avarice. We have our Elfin the Raven attacking over Lila, passing back turn to Justin, setting one monster face down, passing right back to Drew. Here comes Mind Control, always an annoying card. It's going to flip over Super Nimble Mega Hamster toward no effect, it looks like, passing it back to him. I guess Drew's not playing Raikou in his deck. Let's see what Justin ends up doing to get over this. So we have Brain Control activated, taking control of Elfin the Raven. It's going to be 3,200 should he decide to swing with both. Deprison the Hamster. Normal summon Plague Spreader main phase 2. It's going to make a level 8 Synchro. Maybe Stardust Dragon, perhaps? Stardust Dragon to protect some back rows here. Passing back over to Drew. Here comes Gale the Whirlwind. I feel like every time I make Stardust, they just end up summoning Gale and having it and then swinging over it. It's very annoying. The card's so broken. We're so lucky that card's at 1 in this format, honestly. So we have Gale cracking over Stardust Dragon, passing back to Justin. Here comes Pot of Avarice, going to target 5 monsters in the graveyard, shuffle them back into the deck, and then draw 2 cards. Definitely seems like it's going to be a back and forth matchup, Machina Control versus Vayu Turbo. Justin setting another back row, passing back to Drew. Now we have Trap Dust Shoot yet again. Sending back a monster, we have Burial, Heavy, and look like Deep Prison in his hand. So Heavy comes down, pops the back row. Passing back to Justin. Justin just not really able to get anything going this matchup, unfortunately. Passing back to Drew after setting a back row. We have Gale attacking for 1,300. Tribute Summon Kaios, target self for game. So Drew does take game 1 here. Now, I'm not exactly sure what each matchup sides for the opposing deck. Obviously, Vayu Turbo, I feel like if they're not already main decking Oppression, they're going to be putting in Oppressions here. Pretty good for stopping stuff like Machina Fortress from walking, which is really the card that makes this matchup unfavorable for Vayu, is just Fortress. So if you're able to just Oppression that card away and never let them actually summon it, it's pretty good for you. So as far as Machina, we already see that Justin was on the main deck DD Crow, so I feel like his deck is already pretty well equipped to deal with Vayu Turbo. But I think he just got a little bit unlucky. Never really saw any of his big guys. Never summoned a Fortress, never summoned a Gear Frame. The one time he set a Hamster, it just got taken with Mind Control. So quite the unfortunate series of events happening here for Justin. But perhaps maybe game 2 and 3 will go differently for him. If you've made it this far into the video, once again, guys, just like to thank you for being here, being a supporter of the channel. You all mean the world to me. And I really have grown to enjoy making these gameplay videos. It is really fun to just kind of watch some of your boys play cards, especially when you're like scrubbing out on the other side of the room, like I did at this event, unfortunately. Sometimes luck's just not on your side, which you do need luck to be successful in Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously, there is a high number of raw skill that you need to be good, but you just need luck to win sometimes. And we see that reflected time and time again on these gameplay videos. So we have a lot of power shuffling going on here. It's really funny watching this in 2 times speed, just how quickly everything goes by. What do you guys think about the speed of these? Do you think they're too slow? Do you think they're too fast? I feel like they're pretty good, and I feel like most of the time people don't like to spend a ton of time just watching people just sit back and think about what plays to make. You just want to see what plays they make and how they play. So I do play these at 2x speed, so I don't keep you guys here for too long. In a TikTok world, it is hard to retain audience for long periods of time, so myself included. So we're off to game 2 here. Looks like we have Justin going first. We have Charge the Light Brigade milling over Dyna, Force, and Dust Tornado. It's going to search for a copy of Ryko Lightsworn Hunter. Game's already starting off much better for Justin this time, provided that Drew does not open the 1 mind control again. So we have a T set and pass, very classic. And we have set 2 back row, set a monster, and pass from Drew. So let's see what Justin does. I believe that was a Necro Garnet that was destroyed by Ryko. We have Ryko attacking for 200 damage. Got to get in that chip damage when you can. It could add up over time. Drew passing right back to Justin. Attacking for 200 again. Here comes Vayu. Going to attack over the Ryko. We're just kind of beating each other down with the little guys this one. This is going to be a game where Justin yet again does not see Machina Gear Frame, because that would actually be crazy. That's a card he plays 3 of. All right, here comes Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, which gets met with Bottomless Trap Hole. Not like I expected anything less. I know a lot of people really love this card in Lightsworn. I actually despise playing Kaiku in Lightsworn. I actually hate playing normal summons in Lightsworn that are not Lightsworn cards, because I feel like they just set you back much further than it should. But we have Drew, Tribute over Vayu for Caius, target a back row, which is going to get met with Bottomless. So we have a lot of Bottomless activation going on here. Now we have Vayu getting banished from DD Crow. Justin and these DD Crows, man, like he's been main decking DD Crow for a while, and this crap, it actually seems to flow pretty well. I mean, if you look at it through the lens of it has inherent synergy with the triple pot of Avarice he's already main decking, he can just DD Crow you completely just out of the game, like multiple times. So I don't hate it. I think that if you're struggling with graveyard-oriented decks and you're playing a deck like Machina, that you can just very easily just throw some crows in there. We do have a Kaiku that walks, but unfortunately it walks straight into Gores, which is going to summon himself and an 1800 attack Gores token. So now we have to hope that we have a D-Prison or a Mirror Force or something. There is the Prison, so that does alleviate some of the pressure of the Gores, but we still have this token on the field. We have to figure out a way how to get around. Now, of course, if we have Machina Gear Frame and a Fortress, here comes Tribute Summon Jinzo. Pitch Fortress and Fortress to summon Fortress. Now, this can be the swing of momentum that Justin needs to win this game. We have Barrow from Different Dimension activating, sending back some guys from the banished pile of the graveyard. Then we have, what is this? Blackwing Armor Master is going to kill Jinzo, so traps are alive yet again. Now, personally, I don't think that I would attack here with my Fortress. Right, very good from Justin. I don't think it's worth trading my Fortress for a D-Prison, because eventually they're going to have to go neg to get over this Fortress, whether they decide to just crash into it, whether they decide to, like, Monarch it, lose a card from their hand. So, yeah, I'm kind of the same way with Absolute Zero. I'm a really big fan of using stuff like Absolute Zero as a floodgate rather than just attacking and getting Mirror Forced or getting D-Prisoned. Obviously, everything is always contextual. If my opponent's at 200, I'm going to swing with my Absolute Zero, and if you have Prison, I guess you got me. But, you know, for the most part, general rule of thumb. Now we have Pot of Avarice coming down here again. So when Machina Control is firing and it's summoning its guys, it's using them, it's drawing Avarice, it's recycling, the deck is incredibly resilient to basically everything that's out there. We have set a card from Justin. Pass to Drew, pass back to Justin. Still no sight of Machina Gear Frame. What the heck, man? Like, where is the Gear Frame? It is crazy that you can play 3 copies of a card and just never see any of them. If this was Wolf, though, Wolf is a very faithful boy. The Dust Tornado hitting the back row. Now we have a Dark Arm Dragon summon. Mind Control. Take control of Ryko, mill 3. Pop himself, attack for 2,800. It's very rare that Dad drops and the game's not immediately over that turn. So we're going to have to see if Justin can put something together here. Or this might be a swift 2-0 for Drew here. Here comes Machina Fortress, going to attack into Dark Armed. Unfortunately, he has no choice but to do this, because if the Dark Arm is allowed to just stay on the field, he's going to eventually lose the game. So passing back and forth some yet again. I feel like my matches against Vayu Turbo are never like this. I feel like I'm constantly just scared for my life of just dying at any given time. I feel like I never really see Vayu just pass turn on doing nothing. We have normal summon Dyna, attack for 1200. Here comes Trooper, milling 3, killing the Dyna. Very back and forth. This is some really good gameplay, honestly. Now we have Lila attacking over Trooper. Necrogardna activation. Going to protect Trooper, mill 3. More off a Trooper, kill the Lila. Trooper with Gardna, man, is so menacing because you know like that Trooper is going to get to mill you 6. Does look like Justin ended up milling over a gear frame, so we still have not seen any gear frames hit the field. Once again, if this is your first time watching one of the most recent duel videos I've recorded, I would like to apologize for that flicker on the screen. I think that I basically figured out it was just from a loose cable on my camera. So Caius Tribute summoned towards a Torrential Tribute. Banish Vayu and Sirocco summoned Armwing. Let's see if Drew decides to attack. I haven't seen if Justin has milled over Gores yet or not. So if he does smack into Gores, this could be difficult for Drew to come back from. But sometimes, once again, sometimes you just have to get lucky. I hope they don't have it. 2300, and there is the Gores. So unfortunate. This could be, this could make this whole game completely turn into Justin's favor. All right, and it looks like we have a scoop here. It looks like we're going into a game 3 here. So very back and forth matchup. Lots of left and right hooks. We got Fossil Dyna attacking, then we got Trooper over the Dyna, then we got Lila over the Trooper with the Gardna, then the Trooper over the Lila. So lots of back and forth gameplay here. I'm really glad to see that no one was just getting blown out. I did upload a Machina mirror match earlier this week, and that did not look fun. I don't really know if there's any mirror matches in Edison that are actually enjoyable. I always say I enjoyed the Lightsworn mirror match because it's just kind of a crapshoot. Whoever mills better generally wins. But it's not one of these mirror matches where I feel like it's so back and forth that my opponent just like, that I sit there for 40 minutes and end up just getting unlucky in the very end and losing. It's probably going to be over in like 10 minutes, honestly, Lightsworn mirror matches. So I don't really mind the Lightsworn mirror, even though there are some like fundamentals that you need to know how to play the Lightsworn mirror. But for the most part, it's just like every other mirror. You kind of just have to hope that you draw better than them. So you have Drew going first here, T-setting and passing. It's always crazy to me when people set like one back row all the way to the left. I'm just like, what is that? Should I get rid of that one? We have Lila hitting a copy of Deep Prison, milling over 3. Looks like Genzo, Avarice, and Dust Tornado. We have Armageddon Knight coming down. This is going to dump any dark in the deck. Can't tell what that is. It might be Necrogardna. I think it's Vayu, actually. My screen's kind of small, guys. I record these in iMovie. I am but a man. So we have Armageddon Knight attacking over the Lila. Not much back row going on from Drew here. It could be a good time for Fortress to start walking on the field. Another set monster from Justin. I almost feel like Machina Control Man might just end up being too slow in the way that Edison is advancing. Just too many Raikos, too many hamsters. I felt that way a lot recently playing Lightsworn. Like, I just never want to set a monster. If I set a monster face down, I just feel like I'm losing most of the time. So I've actually just been on one Raiko as of late. Because like we saw, he just set a monster and then he got Caius, and now he's once again on the back foot, staring down Caius and Armageddon Knight. It's definitely not a position that you want to be in this early in the game. Let's see if Justin can find his way out of this. I think this is brain control. Thinking on which one he wants to take. I assume he has his own Caius. He's going to take Armageddon Knight. Oh, a normal summon Plague. Okay, so this is going to be Goyo, I assume. Yeah, Goyo's going to go take the Caius, which is pretty good here because main phase 2 of Justin feels like he can actually stack for Plague and then make a level 8 Synchro as well. But he's choosing to play it a little conservatively, which I don't hate that. MST hit the set trap stun. And this is, once again, the reversal of Edison format. You can be in such a good position. Brain control gets activated, a tuner hits the field, and all of a sudden, you're now the one being pressured. So it's one thing I love, but also hate about the format. We have Sirocco coming down. It's going to swing over the Caius. But now Goyo Guardian can just start stealing monsters every turn. So now we're going to take control of a Sirocco. We do have Gardna, though, okay? So maybe we can do something. If Drew has a Caius here, Might be able to Caius. Here comes Vayu, the Emblem of Honor. It's going to pump up. It's going to be able to crash with Goyo. Pretty cool. Pretty good play here. We have Compulse back to the hand. Set a back row. Really good play there from Drew. Here comes Card Trooper, mill 3. I think there was a Fortress in there. I think there was also a charge. We have Deprison, the Goyo Guardian. Summon back the Machina Fortress. It might have actually been worth it to attack into the Sirocco and just take the 100 damage to get the draw off of Trooper. Because more than likely you're going to end up taking more damage anyway because they're just going to swing over it. Like, I feel like Card Trooper with no protection is such a liability. I've actually cut that card from Lightsworn several times because I feel like I don't have enough real traps to be able to defend the card from just getting swung over from just high amounts of damage. So I don't know. I don't know if that's correct or if that's just crazy. But if I'm crazy, then, you know, I guess I've been called worse. So if we have Foolish Burial, it's going to dump, I believe that was Plague Spreader. Stack for Plague. I assume it's going to be a Black Rose Dragon play. Kind of like the last line here. Rose Dragon effect. Draw a card off of Trooper. And even after that much of a Rose Dragon, we still have enough gas to get into Armed Wing, which unfortunately drops a Gores on the field. So I think this is probably going to be a wrap for this one, guys. Gores is going to swing over the Armed Wing. Then we have 2,300 directly. Then 2,500 directly. No Gores from Drew. Set back row from Justin. And let's see, because I feel like this might just be over. Here comes Cyber Dragon. It's going to be able to contact away the Machina Fortress to make a Chimera Tech. Now, if he goes Tribute Summon Caius here, it'd be pretty crazy. Be a good way to, like, break this whole field. I don't think he has it because he would have slammed it so quickly. We have Brain Control targeting Gores. Kill the Gores token. Kill the set, which is Raikou. Going to mill 3. Set a monster face down and pass. Justin gets back his Gores. Finally, we have a Machina Gear Frame coming down, activating Torrential Tribute in response, I guess. He's going to just grab Force, then bring back Fortress, and attack for game. So, once again, very good matchup here. Or very good match here. Congratulations, Justin, for taking this one home. Two great duelists. Really enjoyed this. And I'll be back later this week with more gameplay. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. This is Mike from the Edison Club, signing out until the next one.
Hamster Raikou Caius, Hamster Raikou Caius. I go check the pairings, I'm like, don't know who this guy is. Hamster Raikou Caius, Hamster Raikou Caius. 2-0 every round, man, and I ain't even trying. It's just Hamster Raikou Caius, Hamster Raikou Caius, Hamster Raikou Caius.